Hi everyone, welcome to Code Kamkaj YouTube channel. I hope everybody are doing good. In this video, we will be discussing about HashiCorp Vault policies, and we will see detailed discussion and practical implementation in this video. I'm requesting you to stay tuned till this video, and if you like my explanation, I request you to share, like, and subscribe to Code Kamkaj YouTube channel. Fine, let's discuss about architectural diagram. So I brought a simple architectural diagram, whatever activity that we are going to do today by creating the policies and all. So here I have taken AWS as a cloud provider. So there I have been renting one VM Ubuntu machine. So inside that I have been running my HashiCorp Vault, and here I'm a manager which is resides inside of the server, and I have been doing all the activities. I can show you. So this is my server, and I'm running my server into the Vault operator net, which is best practices. So I have unsealed my Vault, and I provide the root token for authentication after 3 times unsealing. Now I have been using this Ubuntu. I'm inside of this server, which means as per this diagram, I'm inside of this HashiCorp Vault running. So my requirement is that I am working in organization, and along with me I have an employee, and I would like to provide the similar access what I have, but instead of only one access, not delete the sensitive information which resides inside of this HashiCorp Vault. So now I'm going to provide a policy. In that policy, and I'm going to provide the features or functions, whatever you call. So this employee can create list, and he can write, and he can update, but he cannot delete the sensitive information which is instead of the HashiCorp Vault. So that kind of policy I'm going to create, and I'm going to create a role ID and secret ID. With that, I'm going to generate one token. That token I'm going to give to this employee. So now this employee is external user, which is not logged into my Vault server, which is not inside. So he's going to logged in from outside world, which is somewhere like it can be India, it can be US, or it can be Europe, anywhere from his local laptop, from any virtual machine, which means it's outside there. But we have created some policies. In that policy, we specified what kind of actions this employee can perform instead of this HashiCorp Vault. So that's the biggest advantage of HashiCorp Vault policies. I hope it is clear for you, like schematic diagram, what we are going to do the actions. And I brought few steps that we need to follow while creating policies. So I request you to follow these steps while you are practicing it, and I'll attach those commands into the GitHub link so you can find that into this video description. Now let's jump into the one by one implementation. The first step that you need to log in as a root user into your machine. So in my case, I'm going to log in as a root user into my this one my Ubuntu machine. So Vault login, and I'm going to provide the root token. I need to be a root user. The way how you become a root user in Ubuntu. So for that, you need to become a root user for creating HashiCorp Vault policies inside of HashiCorp Vault. Now I became a root user. And the second stage, I need to create an app role. So app role is one type of authentication mechanism into your HashiCorp Vault. So for that, you need to enable it. And we have other authentication mechanism. You can easily use that, like JWT, and we have a bunch of things. And now I'm going to create a file with the extension of .hcl. Inside that, I'm going to provide all the information. For that, I'm going to use a nan editor. After that, I'm going to provide my policy .hcl. You can give any your name, but just for safer side, I just given my policy.hcl for uniqueness. In your case, you can give any name, like you can give your name, and you can give any other name. Okay, so just I give a nano, and if I come down, and I'm going to copy this all this section, and I'm going to paste over here. So what it is denotes, the first path, it is denotes the permissions you are managing secrets. So what all permissions you are going to grant for this policy? First one is create, read, update, and list. So the policy that I'm going to create, the capabilities to the user while using this token, he can create by the help of the token. He can read the data instead of HashiCorp Vault. He can update the data. He can list the data, but he cannot delete the sensitive information which is resides inside of HashiCorp Vault. So I hope it is clear for you. That's why I, in the beginning itself, I said manager have all the access. Like he can create, he can delete it, he can read it, he can list it. But employee, except delete, he's going to have all the access, because I didn't want to let employee delete all the sensitive information. And if you have an intern, you can remove this one also, like you can remove this one, create and update. You can read and list. So up to you recommend how would like to create the vault policy. And the second one, listing the secrets engine. So since we are using a key value, so in that I'm going to specify what all permissions you can do. You can read it and you can list it. And permission for enabling the managing secrets engines. So what all permissions he can enable it. So create, read, update, list. So I haven't given delete option. And permission for token management. So if once the create the token, what all actions he can perform. So this is how we can specify the policy. This is not the only way. You can add and remove the capabilities whichever you would like to keep, for token, for search engine, for secret engine, and for your managing secrets. I hope it is clear for you. I'm going to save this file, Control X, Y, and enter. Fine. And the next, as per the documentation, I'm going back. I'm going to create the write policy. So if you have created the policy, you need to write it. Pasted this, vault policy write, and my policy, and the policy name. This is the file that I have, and I'm going to write it down and create the app role. So here I'm going to copy this command. I'll explain this command. What does it mean? So in this command, first we are going to write app role with the my role as a name, and after that I'm going to specify the token policy is a my policy, the policy name, and after that I'm going to specify the token TTL, which specify the time to live for the token generated by this specific role. And after that, and I'm going to specify the token underscore max underscore TTL, which defines the maximum TTL for tokens generated by the role. So what is the time I have specified for token TTL is of 1 hour, and total max TTL is equal to 4 hours. So that kind of expiry I have given. If it's up to you, recommend how many hours you would like to keep it. Maybe 1 hour. It can be 1,000 hour, 2,000 hours. So based on your like a requirement, so you can give it. So in my case, I just have given a TTL as a 1 hour. I just press enter and the data has been returned. Fine. So now I'm going to generate the role ID. So this is the crucial thing where you need to be cautious about it. So I'm going to generate a role ID, and I'm going to copy this role ID. I copied it. I'm going back to my this one. I'll paste here. This is my role ID, and if I go back to the documentation, I'm going to generate the second one as secret ID. Paste it. I've got the secret ID, and I'm going to copy this secret ID also. And going back to documentation, and pasted here. In the same documentation, I'm pasting instead of going here and there. And now, and I'm going to mix this command vault write auth. So it is going to write the auth for generating a token with this role and secret ID. I'm going to paste it here, and I'm going to copy this, and I'm replacing this with the role ID, which is the text I have given, and this secret ID. So what is going to happen, like with the policy we have got the role ID and secret ID. With that, we are going to generate the token, and that token we are going to give to the external user as employee. Like in our case, this is employee. So we are going to generate the token, and that token we are going to giving to the user. So I'm going to copy this enter command, and I'm going to exit. I'm going to cut it. I'm coming here, and I'm going to paste this. So if I press enter, it has generated a token. So this token has all the capabilities that we have defined into this policy session. So with this token, anybody in the world can perform any the action what we have generated in the capabilities. So that's why we need to keep this token very safely in your environment if you're working it. So if I go back to the diagram, so I have generated the token here, and I'm going to give this token to this person as employee. My employee along with me, he's working in organization. That's why I just came here said as a name, my employee. So I'm going to give this token to this guy, and this guy, what he's going to do with this token, he's going to connecting back from his local laptop or remote desktop, anything like remote server, to the HashiCorp vault, and he's going to retrieve the sensitive information from the vault, and he's going to enabling it, like he's going to list it in an update, but he cannot delete it. That's the amazing thing that we are going to see. Fine. So we have generated the token. Now I'm going to copy this token. I've copied it. I'm coming back to my documentation. I paste it. So currently we don't have any external users. So what I'm going to do, I am going to become myself as a user, since I have been using Ubuntu as a virtual machine. So I haven't configured anything in my local laptop between this virtual machine and my local laptop. So local laptop can be act as the external user. So I'm going to act like the external user. So I'm going to open CMD command prompt. So instead of giving to the somebody, so I'm going to prompt or mimic myself as external user, and I'm going to use the token from my laptop, and I'm going to see whether I can perform the actions with this role. I mean, with this token, but whichever policy we have generated. So for that, first I'm going to set my IP address. So I'm going to copy this, which have been used. So I'm going to paste here. I'm going to remove the syntax, which doesn't work for Windows. So instead of export, I need to use the set. I pasted here, and now I'm going to copy the token which my manager, I have generated as a manager, and I'm going to log in as an employee from the external system. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going here, and I'm going to use a command called as a vault login. The way how you logged in instead of the one to as a root user, similarly I'm going to log in as an employee, as a normal user from the external system with the token which we have generated from the policy. So I just press enter. Now if you see, successfully you have authenticated. Now the token is displayed below, is already stored into the token helper, and you do not need to run vault login again and again. Basic information, which is token access, and all the token policies which is given role. Fine. So as per the diagram, we have generated the token, and we have logged into the external system. Now we need to see whether we able to perform actions or not from the external user. So if I go to diagram, so I am here, and I have authenticated successfully with the token which my manager, which is myself, I have generated, and I have logged in outside of the system, which is my from a local laptop, and I'm going to see what all actions I'm going to perform. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to list the secrets which are available in my HashiCorp world with the user token, which is employee token. So these all the secret list, which is a chubby hole identity which currently being used, and I'm going to UI of my HashiCorp vault, and I can show you which is a chubby hole is currently none other than chubby hole. We haven't enabled any secret engine like KV or any other things. So what I'm going to do with this user token, I'm going to enable as a user, as an employee from the external system, whatever capabilities I have, like I can enable, I can create it, right? So I'm going to enable key value from the external system. So I'm going to copy this. I have pasted here. If I press enter, I have successfully enabled key value pair as a external user. So I'm coming back here, and if I just access, and if I come back, so if you see this one, we have successfully enabled the secrets which we called as key and value. If I go inside, we don't have anything. So but as a employee, I have authorized with the token that I can create sensitive information instead of the secrets like KV. So for that, I'm going to use this command like vault KV put secrets. Instead of secret, I'm going to create a my secret as a path, and username as admin, and password as a 123. So as external employee, I am authorized, I am capable to do this. So that's why I've just pasted here, and I'm pressing enter. If I press enter, so it has going to my vault as a first. It is get authenticated with the HashiCorp vault, and it is going to create the admin and password 123. I'm coming back to my vault, and if I come instead of secrets, I can see my secret is successfully created. This my secret was created by employee. This my secret is created by employee, not the manager, because so as a manager I have given all the capabilities to give a given to the token. So this token is shared to the employee. Now this employee playing around with this HashiCorp vault, which means I am as external user logged in into these as employee, and I'm playing around it. Fine. So we have created username and password. Now let's read the secrets as a one by one. So again, I'm just reading the secrets. We have created a secret successfully, right? So if I press enter, instead of my secrets, whatever secrets we have the username, and admin is a password. So as I shown you into this my secrets, if I go here, and we can see username and password which was created when from the user as employee. Fine. So we have seen if you want to access the secret as per the specific keys, you can do that. If you want to get it like in a username, you can field no username. I think so. We have not created. Might be the reason. So we cannot see it. Oh, didn't we? Sorry. We can see it we have created field name as admin. So if you see this one, you can specify it whichever field you would like to read it. If you would like to read it a username, and if you like to read the password, so we have read with the username. If I come here, if I want to get the password specific field instead of printing everything, so I just pass the field here, and the password will come here, password 123. So fine, like, as per the diagram, we have capabilities to create, read, update, and list, but we don't have access to delete the secrets which resides inside of the secret engine instead of key and value. So as per the diagram, so as I said, sorry, as per the diagram, as I said, like, this employee can create, read, update, and list it, but he cannot delete it. So in our case, we have logged in as employee. Now I'm going to check whether my policy is working fine or not. So I'm going here and I'm using my command prompt from the external user. I have logged in already, that as a token. So I just repeating one again. So for making better understandability, so I'm going to use this command. This command will delete this my secrets, but in our policy we haven't specified the capabilities that this employee cannot delete any kind of secret. So if I press enter, it says that, like, permission denied, because in a policy we clearly mentioned that this person, employee, cannot delete any secrets inside of it. That's why it's saying permission denied. So this is how you can secure entire your HashiCorp vault. Like, you can, if you have an organization, like in the organization you have a bunch of people, instead of giving all the access to everybody with the root token, you can create the policies. With the policies, you can enable the app role as authentication mechanism. Not only app role, you can go with any other authentication mechanism. You can go with access role identity, secret ID. You can create the token. This token you can give to the external employee, I mean internal employee of your organization. This person can log in from his laptop, but this person has limited capabilities, like what all functions he can perform inside of the HashiCorp world would be limited. So this limited information was declared by manager while he writing the policies. I hope it is clear for you, or like, whatever actions we have performed into the HashiCorp world policy. And if you haven't understand, I request you to drop your comments in comment section, and I'm happy to help you. And if you like my explanation, again, I'm keep repeating. I request you to like, share, and subscribe to Code Kamkaj YouTube channel. And thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Bye bye.